G'day geeks, my name is Chris, and in this video we are talking about Troy McClure. He's the new addition to my Simpsons shelf, everybody's favourite actor slash TV presenter, and he's got a great, very episode specific figure. So we're going to have a look at Troy right now. Jakks Pacific have been putting out some great Simpsons figures probably for the last year or so in a couple of different scales, 2.5 inch plus the 5 inch scale, of which this is. I was at my local Kmart in Perth, Western Australia, and they had the whole wave of these figures, which is great, but this is the one that I was certainly looking for. There was one left on the shelf, grabbed it for $22, which isn't bad considering it's a very articulated action figure with 3 accessories. The lovely packaging that we know from the Jakks Pacific line, and there on the back we can see all the figures that come in this line. We've got Troy McClure, got Edna Krabappel, the teacher, Grandpa Simpson, and hockey playing Bart, all with accessories, which is great. And obviously there's the figure himself, Troy McClure. You may remember him from such shows as P is for Psycho and The President's Neck is Missing. I only remember those because I watched the Juice Listener episode with Dr. Nick. Hi everybody! Just before I started filming, and I can definitely say that it's all on point. He wears a clothing very similar to that in the episode. So we've got the Simpsons logo with the outline of the couch, the familiar font, Troy McClure there, and yes, his name on the top, and all the Simpsons family members. Anyway, let's open up Troy and see what he's all about. Before I release Troy from his plastic prison, just wanted to have another look at the wonderful packaging and colour. Look at that pink, it looks like something from Barbie. And the bottom flap has the profile, or the heads rather, of all the Simpsons family members as well. So good stuff. So Jakks Pacific really paying attention to detail. It's great to see. Anyway, let's get Troy, the star of the show, out on stage. Who's that leathery Muppet? No, that's not a Muppet. That's aging gracefully star Troy McClure, voiced by the late great Phil Hartman. He's one of the Simpsons' many classic characters, and it's awesome to see him here in plastic form. In fact, there's so many Simpsons action figures and minis available over the years. I've got a whole shelf just dedicated to Simpsons figures, and I don't have any Troy McClure figures, so I'm glad I could rectify that. But yes, here we go in his lovely pink, light pink, rose coloured almost jumper, and he's got the pale green, lime green shirt, the red tie, the lovely almost Conan O'Brien like hair. It's hard to kind of get cartoon characters in 3D format, but I think they've done a pretty good job here. Jakks Pacific, you can certainly look at that and say, yep, that looks like Troy McClure to me. White pants, brown shoes, and relatively impressive articulation for these figures. So yes, they can move all around. It's got the bicep cut and swivel, elbow joints, hand swivel as well. Neck obviously goes all the way around, waist as well, and knees, which are a bit tight, and I think there's a bit of boot swivel as well. So yeah, relatively articulated for a smallish figure, and it doesn't break up the sculpt too much, so pretty cool. So yes, fits right in with the rest of the figure. So I don't know what wave this is, wave 2 or 3. Goes well with the other 2. I've only got 2 other figures from Jakks Pacific in this scale, which is Groundskeeper Willie and Otto the bus driver, and I'll show them both later. So no swappable heads or hands. He's given the thumbs up there, and he's got a very happy expression, and he's got a kind of gripping hand on his right hand there, and you'll notice that's because he comes with some accessories. Troy's giving me the thumbs up to show the accessories, and as I said, this is from the classic episode where the Juice Loosener is shown. So basically a very ineffective and very noisy it's whisper quiet orange juice maker basically. So it comes with it's very simple, none of the buttons press or turn or anything like that. It comes with a little glass, which I guess fits in there, or no, it doesn't fit in at all, but it does go under the little spout. And just like in the episode, all of that for one bag of oranges, they just get one little tiny drop They've even got attention to detail and painted a little tiny drop in the bottom of the glass jar, which is very humorous. He also comes with a third accessory, and that's not related to the Juice Loosened episode, and apparently this is some air or breath freshener. He goes to spray it in his mouth to make his breath feeling nice and fresh. So that, well, it must have been from another episode. But yes, two of these accessories are from the classic Juice Loosener clip, which is only like a minute or 90 seconds long in one of the earlier episodes. So yes, I guess you could give Troy McClure a bunch of different outfits from, Planet of the Apes musical or all manner of things, many accessories and looks to choose from. But when people think about Troy McClure, they certainly think about the Juice Loosener. You can see he can't really hold the breath freshener in his hand. He's barely holding onto it, and it's a bit of a tight squeeze. So yeah, they could have made the grip a bit looser, a bit wider, so we could actually hold the accessories a bit better. And similarly with the little orange, he looks like he's very sophisticated and he's drinking a teacup with his little pinky out, but you can fit that in his hand as well, with a little orange dot on the bottom there. But yes, it could have done with perhaps an alternate hand even, or perhaps a slightly wider gripping hand, but nonetheless not bad, with multiple points of articulation and 3 accessories. Here he is enjoying the musical stylings of Otto and groundskeeper Willie on the bagpipes there. And look at Troy, he's loving life, he's having a good old time. And yes, so these are all the only 3 figures I have at the moment from Jakks Pacific, from their larger line, I think the 5-inch, but I do have some of the smaller ones, and I'll show you those now as well. At the front we have the 2.5-inch scale action figures from Jakks Pacific. So yeah, they keep pumping them out, and they're getting to obscure or more obscure characters, which is fantastic. So apart from just the families and different looks, they're actually giving out new molds and new characters. So Itchy and Scratchy, Sideshow Bob, and Chief Wiggum here as well. So but yes, I've got the family, which is still available at Kmart, so good on Jakks Pacific for their fantastic distribution, because they're never hard to find. And they've just released the card. They've got plush toys as well. They had the talking Krusty doll, and they had Moe's telephone. So yeah, they keep making cool Simpsons product, and it's not hard to find, at least here in Kmart in Australia, which is fantastic. Before I go, Mr. McClure here would like me to let you know that he also has other figures available from Super 7, and they're done in the retro style, and that's from those funny 70s styled infomercials that he did with young Timmy, talking about the birds and the bees and all manner of things in colourful outfits and accessories. So if you remember those infomercials that Troy McClure did, you can certainly get action figures from Super 7 in that line as well. Very, very cool. So yes, here's another one, another hit out of the park from Jakks Pacific for their Simpsons line of action figures. They keep pumping them out, and they keep being awesome. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye, geeks.